Isn't that a wonderful piece of music? I particularly like that, and it describes everything that we do when we're self-empowering ourselves to build a business. Such a wonderful roadmap to go down when you know you've got those sorts of things behind you, tools that you can fall on, all that sort of stuff that you can use. Let's get into it. So let's talk and see what's happening in the team. I'm going to kick this off and let Mr. Dobson take over with his intro after we've done the sponsors. That's the word I was trying to think of. Skippy Pest Control, Easy Shopping Cards, Love Day Vehicle Lubricants. All three of those merchants will become K-merchants. And after some of the information that I absorbed today, this is very, very exciting. Here's our usual disclaimer. Please make sure that you understand we are not Karatbars International. We don't want to be. We don't try to be. We are empowered by being affiliates. Anything that we talk about on this webinar is our opinion only. It is not company policy. Make sure you read the compliance document in full before you do any advertising. Just make sure that you cover yourself. And we are only expressing our views here. Gold is a 5,000-year-old medium of exchange. Isn't that a wonderful concept? And is there anything else in the world that can do that for you? So, Mr. Dobson, here you are.
Good evening, Mr. Miller.
Hello, sir.
I just first want to say congratulations to you. We had our meeting yesterday over at Centenary Tavern, our once a month meeting we have here in Brisbane, where we get to put some names to some faces and go over some detail and have a bit of fun and have some lunch. And a certain gentleman there who just opened this call this evening and does every week became officially during the week a Gold Director Elite. Congratulations, Derek. If I had some applause, I'd be clapping away.
Was a team effort.
Yes, it was. It was absolute team effort. But I love the fact that it was you first. I just think that the work you've done and everything incredible. I see a good number of people on tonight. A shout out to Roger Yates, my sponsor, who got me involved in this, and it wouldn't have started unless I got the call from Roger. But look, we're going to go into a bit more detail with that. And we're going to also interview a couple of other people, probably next Tuesday, we're thinking, but we'll get back to you about that, because I just think it deserves a little bit more and a little bit of your story and how people can do the same, because I think we've got amazing momentum at the moment. Also, the girls are all over in Amsterdam. They're probably on some cookies at the moment or something else, so it's probably a good night to have them on. We may hear from. I think I just see Jan there on the call. But when they get back, there's been I'm sure everyone's aware, on the weekend there was the CaratNet launch, and then also a lot of nuggets came out of that with some of the stuff. And I think you're going to touch on that a little bit of that, Derek. So but next week we will have a much more detailed rollout of what's happening. So tonight we're going to stick to the program, touch on a few things, but this is the essence of what we do, is what I always start the meeting off with, and that's the Karatbars overview. So Karatbars International, an e-commerce company, has made available a simple wealth building system for everyone on the planet who is 18 years of age and over, with 4 optional ways to participate. Option number 1, we save gold. Okay, we all start here. We complete the free registration for our gold savings account and start acquiring Karatbars gold in small increments. Karatbars International has made it easy by making available a feature called Auto Exchange. At Gold Rocks Australia, we call that pay yourself first. And I emphasise that because that's the beauty of saving in gold. We put a bit away each week, fortnightly, a month, and it goes up in value. You set up your account to automatically exchange your paper currency for Karatbars gold weekly, bi-weekly or monthly. You simply set it, forget it, and then you go back and increase it. Activating this feature allows you to automatically pay yourself first with physical gold. There are no fees of any kind. The account is completely free and takes less than 5 minutes to register. Every time you acquire Karatbars Gold, you are building your family's wealth. Option number 2, save and earn. This is when it gets exciting. As an independent affiliate, when you save gold for yourself and share with others how to do the same, you position yourself to be compensated monthly through our uni-level system compensation plan. You are virtually in business for yourself in well over 100 countries worldwide. And I see some people from Malaysia, and we may have some from other parts of the world already on the call so early in our Gold Rocks history. Option number 3, maximize your earning potential. You may choose one of several business packages which position you to generate cash flow monthly, weekly, and bi-weekly through our dual system compensation plan. These packages are income producing assets. And option number 4, we save Karatbars Gold coin and Karat coin bank coin. As an independent affiliate, while we are saving gold and maximizing our earning potential, we acquire Karat Gold Coin, KBC, and Karat Coin Bank Coin, KCB. These cryptocurrency coins are an additional stream of income that will build massive wealth. Some people have asked, why Karatbars? A Karatbars saving account gives you the protection against future financial crisis and rapid inflation. It protects your hard-earned paper currency with physical gold. Karatbars International has the only system in the world where you can get free gold and free cryptocurrency. So at this stage, I might just hand that back to you, Mr. Miller.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that didn't come up.
Sounds good. Your microphone's working, Miss Jan. Excellent. Okay, so let's get into this. The Karatbars system allows you to maintain the value of your currency. It's interesting to see what happens to money over time. And this is a bit of an example that some people have said that's over-exaggerated, and yes, it is, until you actually look at the statistics. So $100 in 1999 bought the same amount of product that $154 buys in 2019. Now, that's not over-exaggerated, that's a fact. And why do we want to put up with that? Well, actually, we don't. But if your grandfather gave you a kilo of gold in 1920, you would be able to buy quite a flash car. And the same kilo of gold today would buy you a flash car. But if he'd given you the $645 in 1920 and you chose to put it in the bank or bury it in a tin, you wouldn't be able to buy anything like a car. It has historically held its value. And if you look at the statistics of what banks are actually doing at the moment, all of the major national and international banks are buying gold. They are not selling gold, they're buying it. And in the last 15 years, gold has accrued in value 12% a year. So you put money in the bank, get 1% interest return, and they're buying gold with your money and getting 12%. That's a good deal for the bank. Okay. The system is already built onto a platform that will run from a phone. We have our own currency notes, we have our own cards, we have all sorts of ways you can spend this money. And it lets you do business online and offline, face-to-face. This is a very cool little instrument. It's been modified since this mock-up was done. It's quite more slender and a bit more streamlined, but it is something you can convert your coins into gold at whenever you want. They've started to ship these machines around the world. They will be coming to a town near you. You will be able to cash out any time you like. And if you look at the blockchain projects that are around. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Harold announced last night that there will be no limit to what you can cash out from a CEM. And up until recently, it's been 100 coins. And now it's unlimited. So
yes, I was going to talk about that later, but now that you've...
rousing applause from the audience last night when Harold announced that.
Yes, no limit.
That's a bit exciting, yeah.
Very exciting. Some very cool news come out of that conference. So if you look at this blockchain project that we talk about with the bank and the currencies and gold and all sorts of things, I've never been interested in blockchain or cryptocurrency other than understanding that blockchain will impact everything we do. And it's because if I have a bucket full of Bitcoin, I can look in that bucket and see nothing. We have a cryptocurrency that has a blockchain that is backed by gold. And we'll talk more about that later in the presentation, because that's a really important snippet of information. So this is some of the timelines that Karatbars International have put in, and they've met all of their timelines. Except for, right now, they've decided to extend the hard fork. And you'll understand why shortly. We'll go into that. But this is a really, really momentous occasion. What they announced in Amsterdam blew the socks off me. I did not see it coming. I just couldn't have imagined they would do that. But anyway, January 2020. That's what I'm holding out for, because that's when our exchange rate with our coins changes dramatically in our favour. So, the three major benefits: you can now start saving physical gold in small increments. Karatbars International puts you in a position to build a global business from your lounge room. And there are significant tax advantages in having this as a business. So how do we do this? These few PDFs came from a conversation we had with Tammy when we were at Ettalong Beach a couple of months ago. And they were really simple ways to talk to people about this business. Do you believe in saving money for the future? It's a simple yes/no answer. Have you started to save in gold? Very rarely do I find someone that says yes. If I could show you how to earn free gold, would you like to learn more? Now that's a key question, isn't it? And that was something that I had decided and talked about with Carolyn, that what we really wanted was a drawer full of gold. And she got a bit excited about that, because it generally means more jewelry. So why Karatbars? Well, it's an e-commerce business. It lets you build assets. It's the world leader in affordable increments of gold. You can get free gold and free cryptocurrency, and you can exchange your current fiat money for gold. And you can do it with these types of things. These are cards with 1, 3, 6 grams. You can get, on the right, you can get those cards in 5-gram models. It is a great way to build an asset base. So how do you start? You can register your free account. There's absolutely no commitments. I'm going to suggest you register for free as an affiliate, because it gives you some advantages long term. It doesn't commit you to anything. You don't have to spend a truckload of money. Just do yourself a favor. Do something that you will thank yourself for later. Purchase a pack. You need to make sure that you're capturing all of the volume that goes past. The moment with our currency exchange, it's about $245 to get the cheapest one. Not sure what that is in ringgit for Malaysia, but it's all paid in euros, so just do the conversion. And you can make as much money as you want by starting with a bronze pack for $250. Yes, there are some advantages in being a bronze, which is 3,000 euros, but you can start at bronze and work up from there. I did. Make sure you upload your proof of ID and address. There are some new requirements, and this is a German company, so they are pedantic. It needs to be accurate. They have an enormous amount of oversight from governments because they are shipping gold to people around the world. And invite some other people with your referral link. It's as simple as that. You don't need to get real technical. And later on, we're going to talk about how we're going to shoot down most of the objections that we hear when we share this. So here's a couple of tips. Profit packs are digital delivery, and they give you a bonus in KCB coins. That's going to be very powerful when they hard fork and we get a multiplier. So the packs range from 50% up to 200%. They're bonus coins. They will expire, we believe, on the 15th of December. That has been touted. We just need to confirm it. We'll get more information on the packs that are coming. Look out for a laptop and phone deals. Now, some of you are going to say, where'd the laptop come from? Haven't heard of this before. That's correct, because this was only announced yesterday. This is a laptop that is built for privacy. It uses the same private key that you use in the phone. So if you know someone in the finance industry or someone that deals with a lot of customer data, they're a prime suspect for buying one of these laptops. The packs come in packs all the way from 150 up to €1 million. You can do whatever level, whatever commitment you want. But remember, you can start for €150 and make as much money as you want. You've just got to do more work than if you start with a bigger pack. So the deal of the month, I don't have all the details on it yet. They're telling me it'll go in the website within 2 weeks. But watch out, they call it a WIM, W-I-I-M, laptop. Now in German that will mean something. I'm not sure what it means in English either. But they're a great deal. They are offering enormous bonuses in coins, and you can expect them to be in the website in the next couple of weeks. And this is what happened in Amsterdam. Have a look at these two rocking their shirts. I believe they had somebody come up to them and ask about getting a Gold Rocks shirt. So we've got more shirts on order. Mr. Seravalli is beating me about the ears about where's his shirt. So we just confirmed the lady's back from holidays that does them for us, and she's been set to work to do another batch. So they looked like they were having a fair bit of fun there and making a bit of noise with their flag. Okay, here's some of the news. Coin packages will be available until December 15th. That date is rather unique because they are launching an event in Brazil and opening a new mine all on the same day. The phone deals will still keep going. The additional bonuses they had before will probably change. So as I said, the laptop deals will be releasing in the next couple of weeks. And there will be a new website in that same time frame. Now, we've had numerous websites for a while. We've had K Merchant, Karatbars, Karat Gold. All of that is being incorporated into one website to make it simpler, which I think is a wonderful idea. And the bank is going live. Now, we did talk about the bank a few times before. We talked about the possibility of having lines of credit drawn off our cryptocurrency and our gold assets, and you bet that's the sort of thing they're doing. I have no detail on how that's going to work yet, other than I know there will be credit cards and debit cards available from the bank, and they hold your assets, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get access to them. So here's something that I've got out of sequence. There are some deals coming. They're running a competition for the K Merchant, and they're giving away 185,000 KCB, a silver Rolex, a gold Rolex, a Porsche Boxster, an Aston Martin, a Ferrari, and a Lamborghini. That's a bucket load of value. And it's to do with the number of, there you go. Dan McCloskey says, oh, yeah, but it's got an M on the end. Dan's trying to tell me win means finish in German. So that's a pretty powerful group of incentives that they've put together. And this is all built around the K Merchant program. So you need to register, I think it's 10 merchants. I did write down that. No, 30 merchants who collectively do 35,000, I'm figuring that's the equivalent of euros, in turnover, and you go into the competition. The person that wins the competition gets a Lamborghini, and then you go down the list from there. Second place is a Ferrari. Aston Martin is third. Porsche is fourth. Gold Rolex, silver Rolex, and then a breakdown of KCB for the top 10 performers. And yes, Jan has confirmed that it's from the 10 merchants. So now, wait for it. This is the bit that blew my socks off. Karatbars is going to be launched on the stock exchange. Now, for those of you that have not ever tried to do this, that is an inordinately large project. You have to be verified, your documents are checked, they physically investigate all the assets. It's an enormous job to get a company up to the point where they can IPO. So the next time someone says to you, oh, it's one of those things, or it's a pyramid, or it's something that it's not, you'll be able to say, this is the first cryptocurrency and blockchain company in the world that's regulated. The first. There isn't another one. Now, it doesn't mean that the blockchain is controlled by anybody, but it means it's regulated. So nobody can ride off into the sunset with our coins without a whole lot of people chasing them. And if you connect that to the fact that we've now got an encrypted phone and an encrypted laptop, and you can bet that I want one, that's going to be very powerful. So this, to me, was the most important announcement that they had. Nobody's ever done this with a company that was remotely like Karatbars, particularly that involved blockchain, that covered cryptocurrency, that built anything like this. So we are unique. And now we're going to play a little video here, and we're going to talk about the implications of where this function was. And it did sort of make me inquire as to why they were going to Amsterdam to have this function. Let's watch this little video. Helps if I make it play.
the agenda. We're going to be here today, Karatbars Market launch. Registration, welcome. The group's all a big hall. This is a magnificent building here. And the Dutch East Indies was the very first ever company in the world. And this is where their stock exchange was. So it's a beautiful big building. And you can see lots of bricks and so on. And I'm here with Jan. Lots of people. Hi, Jan.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's great here. You've got to be here next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amsterdam 2020. Yes. So then this afternoon we've got more information about K-Merchant. We've got a panel discussion, a presentation, both Joseph and Harold, and then recognition, and then dinner. Then party. So lots of people here, lots of people from all around the world. We've met them, and it's just a wonderful feeling. It's quite exciting. We shall see you here next year. We shall tell you all that's happening by the end of the night, and then see you next year.
Okay. Miss Jan, would you like to come on, and Ms. Phillips, and talk about your impressions of the function? And I'm going to point out that, did you hear Carolyn say that the Dutch East Indies Company was launched in that building, the very first company in the world? And this was the launch of the very first blockchain company that's going on the stock exchange. Poetic, don't you think? Miss Jan.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we?
We are doing extremely well after all this news.
Hi, everybody. We were pretty excited too. I think it's only now that it's really starting to sink in what happened yesterday afternoon and last night with the relevance of that building and what was released. To be involved with this company now that's going onto the stock exchange, first in Germany, and then around the world, London, Hong Kong, New York and Singapore and Joburg. So it's going to be launched on the stock exchange all around the world. So people will know now that this company is relevant, and it's not just one of those things like a pyramid. No, we're not one of those at all. So it was pretty goosebump stuff, and we're glad we made the 26-hour journey to get here, although it nearly blew everybody's socks off that we'd come from Australia for one day.
Yeah, we were the only two Aussies in the audience.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Well, you did a great job rocking the shirts.
Yeah, everybody wanted one. We could have bought a truckload and sold them.
Very cool. Okay, well, next time we go back in 2020, we'll take some spares.
Yep, indeed. My friend from Atlanta, who's about 7 foot tall black dude, he just wanted one of our shirts.
Very cool. Well, we'll make sure that we get one for him.
Yeah, somehow.
Great news, very exciting. I'm rapt that we got the news the way we did, and I'm rapt that you girls took it upon yourselves to fold up into an airplane for 26 hours to get there. So next year, everybody, we're taking a team of people to the function that'll be in Amsterdam. So
It'll be in the same place. I would imagine it's the same place. Not that I've heard about the venue, but certainly it holds lots of people, and the historical significance is immense. It's actually the room next door to that one where the Dutch East Indies paperwork was signed hundreds of years ago.
Outstanding.
Hello, Carolyn.
Yes, Brent.
Can I first of all say congratulations to you two? We will officially recognise your achievement for last month when you get back. But a quick question. what stood out? Was there one thing that was more sort of significant than the next? There was so much that happened, but between you, was there something that, you know, maybe they were talking about afterwards? You know, was it the bank? Was it this laptop? Or was it all just a whole incredibly, you know, hypey and exciting evening?
The food was good.
Good on you,
They
Jen.
did feed us well. I think probably it was the whole concept, and every little item that they talked about from stage was just magnificent. I must admit, I did have a bit of trouble understanding some of the German English,
Yes.
and particularly Joseph. I
Joseph's
did
hard,
have
isn't he?
difficulty understanding him. I think he announced some really good stuff that
And missed us.
went straight over my head. One of which I think is a debit credit card that he talked about gold, silver, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and a black card, and affiliates getting a cut from those MasterCard
Okay.
purchases. He talked about the merchant, the people who sign up merchants will get a cut of the turnover. So there were more income streams. And he kept saying, super, super, super excited. And I'm going, okay.
Yeah,
But I think,
he's hard to understand. He's a billionaire, so you put up with that.
well, Nixa came up on stage and she then talked about the stock exchange opening, the IPO, and how great that was. And it was more her slant on it that we went, oh, okay, this is really big. And so I think with the laptop, the KBC sales are extended. There are seller bonuses in place right up until December. There are fabulous seller bonuses on the new laptops. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They did introduce us to the very first K merchant, and they brought him up on stage.
Oh, that the watch guy.
Yes, the watch guy.
Right,
and
right.
his turnover tripled.
Wow.
In the time he'd been a K merchant, and their goal is 1 million merchants on their
By December.
on their books. So that's why there's such great incentives. So everyone,
Well, half of those are going to be in Australia. So, well, look, what we're going to do when you guys get back, we're going to do a rollout of that. We're going to try to put it all together and also recognise you individually, because Jan, also that amazing effort what you've done. I particularly love your story so far, because I know where you come from, killing cockroaches to, you know, flying around Europe with on a card that's paying for it. So I can't wait to ask you some questions and get your story, and also get the rollout of what's happened there. So well, you'll be back on the weekend. So I just wanted to say congratulations, and let's find out all the nitty gritties. I'm sure in the next couple of weeks we'll know a lot more. I know Derek and I are pretty excited about the merchant program. I know what you'll be doing, Miss Phillips. You're an absolute gun when it comes to those merchants. So I'm just going to rub my shoulder next to you and hang on for dear life.
Thanks, Brent.
See you soon.
See ya.
Okay, thanks, ladies. We'll move on and get finished up. This is an interesting quote I found the other day, and very relevant to our life. It's no matter how long you have travelled in the wrong direction, you can always turn around. So remember, this is gold we're talking about. Get the two-factor authentication set up on your account. There is a little video that you can watch on the stars link there. It's on YouTube. It's a Karatbars video, so you can find it a number of different ways. Watch it through the first time and then go back and pause it, or you can buy a WIM laptop, and then they've got to put you in the thumb screws to find out how to do it. So this is gold. make sure that you look at this website from the Synergy Gold Group, Nitsa, who we were just talking about. She is coming to Brisbane and a number of other places in Australia. She's not going to South Australia, so Roger and who else is coming up from down there?
Is it Brad?
I think Brad's coming up. Are you coming up, Mr. Seravalli? So it'll be good. We'll make sure that everybody gets some good time with these people. The first 4 people on that list are Gold Director Elite 3s. And Jeanette at the end is a Gold Director. So it'll be interesting to see the interaction and see what they can tell us. Nitsa is very well involved in the merchant program, so we'll be trying to get as much information from her as we can. So let's just keep going. Thank you for joining us. Has anyone got any questions they'd like to ask? Understanding that I haven't got all the answers yet on these new programs.
There, Derek.
Yes.
It's Janet here.
Hello, Miss Janet.
How are you?
Good.
I just want to ask about I know I asked last week, the auto buying your 1 gram of gold each month.
Yep.
It does cost a lot more.
It does.
Is there advantages that outweigh the extra cost?
Yes, when you're using classic gold, you get incorporated into the loyalty program. So as your volume increases, you get given more free gold. So with 15 members in your team, you end up with 1 free gram per year. And you get up to, as it increases, you get up to 22 grams of free gold.
Okay.
Each gram that way also creates 1 unit. If you buy 1 gram of cash gold, it doesn't. It creates less of a turnover. And if you decide that you want to get the gold shipped to you, in the cash gold, you have to pay for it to be converted into classic gold, so they put it in those cards. But the classic gold is already in the cards. So when you ask for a withdrawal, they just send it to you. So there's a number of advantages in it. The other thing we're going to do in the coming weeks is organise a tax person to come on and talk to us about making the gold tax deductible. That makes a big difference to the price.
I did watch a YouTube link and he showed how big a tax advantage you got from it, which brought it down to below the cost, of the other gold, not the classic gold.
Yep.
So you would recommend that we all get straight onto the auto?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
The other thing that happens is when you start to earn money and it goes into your wallet, you get gold bought for you out of the wallet. So 2 weeks ago, I got 2 grams bought for me, and it's classic gold. So it's just a matter of how much money that you've got in the system. So Jan McCloskey's saying they're having a weekend in Atlanta where they cover the tax advantages and trusts and all that in a couple of weeks' time. So we need to put together a little seminar, webinar here, because the rules are slightly different here, same principles, but if we can get a tax advantage out of it, why not? Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, we could all go in April. There we go. Jan's suggesting we go to Atlanta for a function. Well, I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to everybody. We had a whole lot of people that achieved a career level last month. And it's really interesting when you look at the number of people that are making money out of this at the level that we're at already. It's quite bizarre when you look back at what we did for 8.5 years with the other program, and you look at the number of merchants that this company's talking about registering because it's free, and they get an advantage in the market. So I can see that we're going to have the best program in the world for these merchants. It absolutely will be a game changer for a lot of them. What can I see happening with it? I can see paying for a house with this program next year. So let's all just keep pedal to the metal, all that sort of stuff, and make sure that we keep this going while we've got this momentum. We need to help our people in Malaysia. We'll be coming over there in the not too distant future. We need to make sure that we get a whole lot of things happening to keep this momentum going and keep our group growing. And I'm reasonably sure we've got one of the fastest growing teams in the world, in the Karatbars world. So thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us. I don't see any other questions coming up. I will say good night, and we will see you on the golden beaches of the world. Have a great night.